Hey there, folks. This is Russ Colchamiro. Some of you know me from my podcast, Russ's Rock and Roller Coaster. I am also a science fiction, fantasy, and mystery author. As you can see before me, my new book, Crackle and Fire, is now out. It is SciFi Noir, so it's sort of part Doctor Who, part Blade Runner, and part Philip Marlowe, with my intergalactic private eye, Angela Hardwicke. I did a reading a little while ago, and now I'm going to do another one. So in this setup, Angela has been hired to track down an intern who is missing from an accounting firm. He's stolen some corporate files, but he seems to have also gotten himself mixed up into some gangster business and maybe a little bit of a lunatic who's kind of running around and mixed up in all this kind of stuff. And Angela's out doing her thing, investigating, and the clues have led her to a club, and there is going to be an unveiling of a new galaxy design, and she's attending the premiere event. And I'm going to read from this chapter 10. At first glance, there's nothing special about Ways on Road, just another hipster club along another hipster side street along Cobblestone Alley. The usual multicolored strobe lights and flashing orbs are in sync with the electronic music. And yet there's an energy here, an expectancy. Heads are bobbing. Maybe it's the booze and sweat and even the sweet peppermint being pumped into the air. Or maybe it's the drugs. I spot 4 dealers and 5 prostitutes I know, but I've been on enough of these events to know there's something else going on. Normally I would have gone classic Hardwicke, pinstripe suit, fedora, but not tonight. My outfit needs to fit the occasion. Lucky for me, I don't give a comet's gas what these club punks think, so I busted out my black leather pants, leather boots with buckle clasp, white t-shirt, maroon lipstick, and thin-cut leather jacket. It's got enough pockets to conceal what I need, but flows easily with my movements. No gun, but I've got my taser if I need it. And if Ways on Road is like every other hipster club, there will be enough action to keep even the most focused mind distracted. Since it's a private galaxy unveiling, there's some deep pockets in attendance. Waylon Gurr is sipping a martini by the bar. Sarna Reen is in the VIP section, no doubt surveying for another sucker to bilk. And Evelyn Ervon Maru, in a royal blue crepe knit trumpet dress with off-the-shoulder neckline, is making her way to management's private box overlooking the club. She's worth a second look. I hate being in nightclubs more than I hate Palinko mushrooms, but you pick up a ton of actionable intel there. Oops, look at me. When money's in the room, leeches follow. A confection of magenta, yellow, and emerald lasers crawl along the ceiling. The music intensifies as the speakers unleash a gorgeous alto voice, nearly operatic, the woman producing a wordless song, a rolling stream of escalating and de-escalating ahs. Nini hands me a cold beer. Cheers. She clinks it against her pomegranate cocktail. You look hot tonight, she says. Nice to see you out of uniform. She's one to talk. Whistler was right. Damn. Nini's rocking a silver cowl sequin dress with an open back and split side. It dangles from her small black body. If she wants a friend tonight, she's getting one. She works long shifts in the ER, covered in every fluid that can come out of a person's body, but when she's off duty, she's glam all the way. I'm looking for strident eyes, I say. I bet there's someone in the management box, but I can't get up there. Nini raises her eyebrows, hands me her drink. She lets her hands fall along her hips, shuffles her dress, and puckers her ruby-painted lips. She's even got my motor running. She winks at me. I saw Evie Von M up there. I'll give it a whirl. 80 or so guests undulate on the dance floor. Magenta lights flow over them. I stop a bar back as he loads a black tub of discarded drink glasses, soggy napkins, chewed up straws, and an empty prophylactic pill bottle. Strident eyes, I say. You seen? He broods as if I'm overlooking the obvious. I slip him a few credits. The barback gestures with his head. Over there, by the tables. I see him. He pulls away into a streak of light, revealing a minder knot tattoo on his forearm. Nice ink, I say. How goes the rebellion? It's not a rebellion, he huffs indignantly. It's a statement. The minders need to unfuck E-Town before E-Town fucks us. If they don't, we know once and for all there are no minders. It's the great big lie. Total con job. One person's lie is another person's mantra, I say. Sometimes the reverse, and usually both at the same time. Be ignorant if you want, he says, but this town is fucked up. Way more than usual. If the minders are really running the place, then run it. If not, we gotta tear this motherfucker down. Ah, youth. So much angst and nowhere to stick it. They're still too young to accept that responsibility isn't a dirty word, but rather one of the most critical elements of self-worth. Yet they're old enough to have learned that life is a hell of a lot harder than they ever thought it would be, so they pick a new boogeyman and call it a cause. The Mindernauts are pushing back against the forces of the universe, convinced anything they can say, think, feel, or do will change the fabric of existence, that the Mindernauts can exert control. Who knows? Maybe they can. Wouldn't be the craziest thing I've seen. But this guy's right about one thing. The Minders do need to get their shit together. I'm about to make my way over to the Stride and Eyes table when the club goes dark. There's a collective murmur, then silence. Normally, I'd switch on my plasma sensor contact lenses that enable me to see and identify various particles floating in the air, another one of Bernice's little toys. But I forgot to put them in. I also forgot the scout orbs they sync to. They're so damn useful when doing recon. Roll them on the floor and they give you a ground-up view of any room. Always nice to know what you're walking into. I reach for my leather jacket. With a press of the zipper, the teeth double as a fluorescent green glow stick. Thanks again, Bernice. A hiss of steam emerges from the center of the room, pushing everyone back. Outlined in purple fluorescent light, a square reveals itself on the floor. 10 feet away, another purple outline. With an electric hum, white panes alight within the purple outlined squares. Platforms rise. Standing up top the squares, one each, are a man and a woman. Bindu and Barkley, the galaxy designers. Form-fitting white bodysuits hug their bodies, the ensemble complete with white leather jackets, white boots, and large white goggles with dark tinted lenses. The music starts up again. Barkley's booming tenor voice resonates through the sound system, his round ebony face concealed behind a bushy black beard. What does it mean to create? Strands of purple light beam up from the edges of his platform, surrounding him like a cage. Like a brown-skinned Nini, Bindu leaps forward within her light beam cage. Her voice is smoother than Barkley's, but just as powerful, maybe more so. What does it mean to envision the stars? The same number of pulsing purple bars beam up from her platform. In unison, they answer their own questions. To conjure a vision in here, they grip those pulsing purple strands of light into a bunch and pull them to their foreheads and project it out there. They toss their fists, throwing the pulsing beams, which, above the crowd, swirl into the replica of a galaxy and what it will actually look like upon its installment in the cosmos. Music rumbles. The crowd erupts in chants and applause. Bindu and Barkley dance on their squares and sync to the music. Flowing arms, swirling hips, all in perfect choreography. Feeding on the crowd, the performers grab more purple beams and toss them. 1, boom, it explodes into a woman's chest. 2, boom, it explodes onto a man's head. They continue tossing light beams until the crowd is worked into a frenzy. In one motion, Bindu and Barkley hop, both feet at once, then pivot and pull their shoulders back. As if manipulating bolts of lightning, they launch purple beams into the center of the galaxy. Planets explode before us, moons, stars, nebulas. The bars lining the white boxes shift from purple to tangerine. Bindu and Barkley grab the individual beams and roll them into their hands. Together, Bindu and Barkley extend their arms out straight, angled up, and point their closed fists, knuckles out, engulfed by glowing balls of digitized light. Iridescent tangerine waves shoot from those fists until comets scorch into the galaxy replica. The comets penetrate the galaxy's orbit, then burst into flames. You ask for a galaxy, Barkley shouts, I bring you Crackle. Bindu raises her arms, palms up, and then heaves them forward towards the ceiling. Pulsing flames shoot from her fingertips, setting the air ablaze. And fire! The crowd roars. From that fiery blaze, innumerable red rose petals float in the air against the replica of the newly formed galaxy. Caught up in the spectacle, I reach out for a petal, but then it darts away from me and into the galaxy. The rose petals burst into glowing embers. Hysterics follow. I turn towards Stride and Eyes when I get a familiar whiff of vanilla, then spot someone I hadn't expected to find. She's taller than I realized. Bustier, too. You're Zenobia, correct? Zenobia Price? Do I, she says. Have we met? Her teeth clack against her tongue stud. Although, on the surface, she seems lovely, but there's little chance of us being here at the same time is accidental. I let the moment linger. The flowers, I say finally. That you? She smiles, somewhat relieved. Yeah, that is me. She touches my shoulder. Love your outfit. Great jacket. Thanks, I say. I was in the mood. I see her look up at the management office. Problem? Her eyes reveal an undercut an undercurrent of unease and resentment. Gigs like this are good for business, she says, but the owners try to stiff me. They make excuses. The flowers were the wrong color or not fresh enough or have the wrong scent. And between you and me, she takes me by the arm and pulls me closer. There's something up with Stride and eyes. I don't know what their deal is, but I don't like them. They make me nervous. Nervous how? They just seem, she looks around to make sure no one's listening. Dangerous. I've got half a mind to bail, but I delivered 15,000 rose petals. I can't afford that kind of loss. They paid a deposit, but owe the rest. I'm afraid to go up there. I'm feeling sympathetic toward her, but I need to push past it and see if she knows more. You might be right, I say. I've heard some sketchy things about them. Zenobia smiles at me, then her eyes fall sad. I verified her fears. So I ask, how'd you even get the gig? I'm not sure, she says. They called my shop, asked if I could help them out. They got my name from a mutual client. They wouldn't say who. That didn't seem odd. It did, but it was such a big order I jumped at it. Wish I hadn't. Listen, I say, I'm a private detective. You are? Her eyes light up. No way, that's so cool. Frosty, I deadpan. Wait, she says, you're working a case? She's worried and titillated. Is it about Stride and eyes? I'm used to dealing with a certain element, I say. If you need help getting paid, I could probably step in. Oh, wow, you do that for me? I'd love that, but... She glances up at the office again, a look of inevitability falling over her eyes. It's best if I handle it. If you get involved. Nini comes trundling down the staircase. How she moves like that in heels and a barely there dress, I'll never know. I'm a disaster in them. Sorry, Zenobia. I'll stop by your shop and be careful up there. You never know what they really have in mind. Oh, shit. My pulse quickens. My eye twitches. Seema Anshani has her blaster out and it's pointed right at me. Okay, so that gives you a little bit of a flavor of the kind of world that Hardwicke is in. If I didn't explain before, Stride and Eyes is, it's sort of a bachelor party and party company, and they were hosting that event, and there are various parties who are mixed up in this shenanigans. And of course, as we leave here, one of those gangsters I mentioned before has got her weapon aimed right at Hardwicke, and the stakes are about to get real high. So if you like that piece of it, and if you've watched my other video, I'll probably do one more. Again, this is Crackle and Fire. It's sci-fi noir, so it's sort of a combination of Doctor Who, Blade Runner, and Philip Marlowe. So if you like a little mystery and suspense with your sci-fi, this is the way to go. It is available for sale in ebook and paperback forms through Crazy 8 Press. You can get it on Amazon or go to my website, and you can pick up your copy today. I hope you like the reading. I hope you guys are doing well, and I will be back soon with one more. All right, take care.